You all know how much I love Metal Gear Solid. I've talked about it so much on this channel. It is my favorite series out of any piece of fiction ever, whether it's movies, books, TV shows, video games. Metal Gear Solid is my favorite. And as I'm sure you all know by now, there is a brand new Metal Gear Solid game coming out, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. It was announced back in 2023, and it has been in the works for the past few years now, and it is scheduled to release next month, August 28th, 2025. But don't get it twisted, this is not supposed to be a brand new game in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. It is just supposed to be a complete remaster of the third game in the franchise, which is also, by popular opinion, the best one in the entire franchise, and it's also the first one canonically in the timeline of the series. Now today I wanted to talk a little bit about it, but I mostly wanted to analyze the gameplay that they have released in videos because it looks to be a very good game. Whenever I first heard of this game, I thought that they would be using the Fox engine that was used for Metal Gear Solid 5 and Metal Gear Survive, but it turns out that they're using a completely different engine to make this game. It is called Unreal Engine 5, and as you can see by the cutscenes on screen, it does a fantastic job bringing this game back to life. This game was made in 2004 for the PS2, which is already an incredible feat because this game accomplished so much. It pushed that system to its limit. And this game was supposed to come out for PS3 originally, but the Unreal Engine 5 does an incredible job bringing these cutscenes back to life, making it look like it was a game created in the era of games we know now. Going off of what I see from these cutscenes as well, it looks like it is going to combine kind of two Metal Gear games. It looks like it's going to combine, obviously 3, but also Metal Gear Solid 5 as well, because you have areas like that where you can use the CQC like you did in Metal Gear Solid 5. It looks like it has similar shooting mechanics to Metal Gear Solid 5 as well as a similar camera. And also, it just has a very fluid feel, I guess. It feels like that you'll have more freedom. You can roll and immediately go prone, which is something you could do in Metal Gear Solid 4, I believe. And also the walking and jogging and running animation looks like it is straight from Metal Gear Solid 5 as well. It looks incredible and I cannot wait to play. Now, this game is not going to come without me having some gripes, of course. I think the main thing is, of course, no Kojima and none of the original team that worked on the original Metal Gear Solid 3 worked on this game. But for how good this game looks, and how well it looks like it runs, and how well the gameplay is, and everything like that, and it just staying true to the original in every way, I think I can let that slide. Additionally, I feel like the voice acting in this game might sound a little strange, because this game, once again, it came out in 2004 for the PS2, and that means the voice lines were probably recorded in, I would say, 2002, 2003. So I feel like the voice lines might just sound a little bit scuffed, but I can let that slide if the game looks absolutely brilliant, which so far from all these trailers, it absolutely does. Not to mention the character models look gorgeous, and the amount of detail they add to this game is truly classic Metal Gear style. One thing I am extremely excited for in this upcoming game, however, is the bringing back of one of my favorite modes of all time, Metal Gear Online. Metal Gear Online has always been very special to me. It's always had a special place in my heart, of course. I've loved Metal Gear Solid, as I've told you guys numerous times. And playing Metal Gear Online has been just as much incredible as the actual story is. Metal Gear Solid 4, my favorite game in the franchise, offered in my opinion, the best online mode in the game's lifetime, in the franchise's lifetime. And you can still play it today with a program, a website that they have called Save MGO Online. And this is not a Metal Gear Online video. I know that I will talk maybe about Metal Gear Online at a later date, maybe make a whole different video on it. But I just wanted to say I am so glad that this game will have it, and it looks like it's going to be fairly similar to Metal Gear Solid 5's Online, which was a very good mode in its own right. Wasn't as good as, say, Metal Gear Solid 4, but it looks like it will have some dynamic features in it, such as being able to change your camouflage based on what surface you're on. Like, you could be mossy up against a tree in a ghillie suit, it looks like, and then you could go prone on the ground around rocks and transform into kind of a more rocky structure. It is looking incredible for the future of this franchise, but don't get your hopes up, because there is something I am very scared about for this game. First of all, Metal Gear Survive was one of the worst things I've ever experienced in my life. I'm not just saying that because everybody dogs on that game, which they should, but that game hurt me in a sense. That game broke me. It really showed that the future of this franchise is going to look very bleak without Hideo Kojima guiding it along. And with the utter disappointment of that game, the game made me want to vomit in my own mouth about 100 times. I didn't want anything Metal Gear Solid ever again. I wanted the series to just be done like it was supposed to be with Metal Gear Solid 4. And after Metal Gear Solid 5 also was an unfinished game because Konami kicked Kojima out of the company, I didn't want any more Metal Gear Solid. And then the Master Collection came out, and all was forgiven. With me, at least. I know it was bad at the beginning, but it's better now. But second off, I have a fear of Konami prioritizing the milking of this franchise now with these remakes and remasters. And while I think that these remakes and remasters can be very exciting, I'm also worried about Konami trying to re-release and remake older games rather than trying to kind of, I guess, create something a little bit more unique, but not Metal Gear Survive unique, no. I don't know, maybe I'm just rambling and maybe this makes no sense at all, which it probably does, but I just wanted to get that off my chest because I am very scared for the future of this franchise. I really don't want it to be messed up. It holds the specialist of places deep inside of my soul, pretty much, and I don't want it to be ruined, I guess. I don't want it to be a completely different game. I don't want it to try and shy away from trying to make sense, I guess. It already is a confusing story, but I don't want it to shy away from trying to be something that it's not. And to anybody saying for Metal Gear Solid 6 to come out, please no. I do not want any other mainline Metal Gear Solid games. I know that's crazy because I just said I'm a diehard fan, but I don't want there to be any more mainline games. Whenever they're eventually done doing their remakes, doing their master collections, all of this, I don't want there to be any more Metal Gear. I want there to just be able to, for people to go back and just play all of it and have fun. Because I think that the story has been written, the characters have been developed. Adding anything else without Kojima, I think is going to ruin it, and I don't want that to happen. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I know this was kind of a weird video. I went off on a little tangent there at the end. I'm sorry again if it made no sense. It probably made absolutely zero sense. Again, I'm really sorry. I was going on a tangent there and I really couldn't think of what to say. I'm going off script this entire video, so it's just all this is off the dome. So if I am a little incoherent at some points, I apologize. But without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know what you guys think about this game, what you want for the Metal Gear series, what you expect is going to happen for the Metal Gear series. And without further ado, I'm gonna go now, and leave a like, subscribe, be sure to turn on notifications. Again, you guys are absolute legends. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.